I sat in the dim silence of my room, staring at the ceiling like it had answers. Why me? I whispered. It wasn't just another bad day, it felt like my whole life had caved in. Everything I worked for was gone. Fired from my job. Relationship over. Bank account empty. All in one crushing week. I felt like the universe had decided I was disposable. Growing up, I never had much, but I had hope. That was the thing I held on to. But at 29, alone and defeated, even hope felt like a cruel joke. I applied to dozens of jobs, got ghosted every time. My friends, what few I had, stopped calling. Every morning felt heavier than the last, like I was dragging my past behind me. I started to believe that maybe this was it. Maybe I was just meant for an average, forgettable life. But one night, after scrolling through quotes just to numb the pain, I saw it. Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Something about it cut through the noise in my head. I read it again. And again. I didn't know what my extraordinary looked like, but for the first time in weeks, I felt a flicker. Not a fire. Just a flicker. But it was enough. The next morning, I did something different. I stopped sending resumes and started writing, just to get my thoughts out. That turned into a blog. I didn't tell anyone. It wasn't about followers. It was about staying sane. But somehow, people found it. One comment led to 10. 10 turned into messages from strangers who said my words helped them. Helped them feel seen. And in helping them, I started to find pieces of myself I thought were lost forever. 6 months later, I was invited to speak at a small community center. Then a local podcast. Then a school. Each time, I stood in front of people and told them the truth. I was broken, and I rebuilt myself with words. Not because I was special, but because I kept showing up when no one else could see me. Because pain had become my teacher, and I finally decided to listen. And then came the moment that hit me hardest. A message from a teenager saying he didn't take his life because of something I'd written. I cried for an hour. Not because I saved him, but because I finally understood that my pain wasn't wasted. It was transformed. What I've learned is this: pain doesn't mean your story is over. It means your story is being carved into something deeper, stronger. Every scar is a sentence in the paragraph of your purpose. You don't have to be exceptional to have an extraordinary destiny. You just have to endure and keep choosing to rise. So if you're lost right now, if life has broken you open in ways you can't explain, ask yourself this: what if this hardship isn't the end of your story? What if it's the beginning of your destiny?